Jenny said it was the last of the Secret of the Cathars. But it's never the last of anything until the stable boy gets to have his say. I used to think I was quite clever, but I'm beginning to increasingly feel extremely thick. I was brought up fundamentalist, which, despite its weirdness, has a number of things going for it. I mean, you praise God for all the lovely things, and then God takes your best friend away brutally through leukemia, and you go on praising God. And you just dump all the stuff you can't understand on God, and get on being diligent with the very few things you can understand. But I am part of that band of brave entrepreneurs who jumped off that mothership into my little rowing boat because I'm in charge. And I'm pulling on both my oars, and I know what direction I'm going in because I've pointed my boat. But actually, I'm increasingly getting that feeling of deja vu rigor mortis, which is an unpleasant combination. And the reason I am is that I don't really think anyone is in charge, despite all their claims. They haven't even begun to touch the immensity of who they are. It's a little bit like a little kid being taken into the pilot's cockpit on a plane and sat on a chair and say, "Hey, you're flying the plane now." Which of course, I suppose he is in a way, she's in a way. But of course 98% of it, or more, is being done by the computer. And 98% of us, or more, is being done by the computer too. And we're playing away with this little 2% and feeling quite big and important because of it. And I'm beginning to feel disappointed. And here's a couple of stories to explain why I'm disappointed. I had a great friend visit me when I was in Cornwall in southwest England. Spent the day on the beach. Fabulous day. Gorgeous sunlight, brisky wind, rolling surf. We swam with the seals. We ate avocado and rocket sandwiches. Went to a restaurant for the evening. Came home, sat under the moon and the stars, bleating with gratitude about how luxurious life was. Repeated it the next day. Went down to Rocky Valley. Tide was in, so I swam round a little bit to the next cave. Happened to turn round while I was swimming, saw my friend stand up, lose his balance, plunge 20 feet, smash his leg to pieces in a rock pool. He walks all right now, but he finds it hard running. And we were so brimming with gratitude. Another friend who owns a recording studio was out on his BMX bike, aged 37, in the autumn, feeling the autumn sun on his back and loudly rejoicing in the fact that at 37 he was able to be on a BMX bike out in the countryside. Fantastic wife, 2 beautiful kids, studio working really well, hit a pothole down a ravine. When I saw him, he said, "It's amazing, it was that very moment when I was expressing my gratitude that I hit that pothole." As I admired his leg, trying to find out whether it was a leg with a hole in or a hole with a leg built round it. And this doesn't make sense to me at all. If we're in charge, and we know what we're in charge of, if shit happens, okay, we're not in charge. Get on with it, do the best you can. But if we're in charge, then something isn't working out here. And I don't think many people are addressing it, to be honest. I mean, let's face it, our bodies are immense. It's like when you hear people talking about galaxies beyond galaxies, billions of stars, billions of miles away, taking billions of light years to get here, for their light to get here. It's the same with our bodies. There are billions of this and trillions of that, all in sacred and secret harmony with each other. I mean, it is vast, it is immense, it is tidal, it is global, it is quantum, and we're in charge. I remember an Irishman who once, for no reason at all as far as I'm aware of, punched me in the face and hard at a party. I hadn't met the guy before or offended him in any way at all, as he was glad to admit. And he said that my guardian angel had made him do it because I needed waking up. And I said I was already an angel. I didn't need a guardian angel pampering me. And if I was going to have a guardian angel, then I wouldn't choose one whose way of communication was punching me. So next time he was in communication with my guardian angel, please tell him or her that they're a tosser and can go and be a guardian angel to someone else. What is this guidance that will suddenly come contradictory to what we most desire? Jenny is the one, the clearest, most passionate, most dedicated dream warriors I've ever known. And she is working beautifully, playing beautifully, painstakingly and pleasure-takingly towards her dream. One that involves horses, one that involves dancing, one that involves going to England to be a passion test facilitator. And right before the final performance of the horse one, she gets bitten on the calf so violently that it threatens all three of them. If that's the system of guidance, it is completely bonkers, and I want none of it. Jenny will of course come up with an argument that will eventually sort this out in some way that is livable with, and that's the smartest thing to do. But I am increasingly, as I said before, feeling this deja vu rigor mortis throwing me back to the old fundamentalism and God moves in a mysterious way his wonders to perform. When things happen which don't have any logical explanation and seem to contradict what we appear to be thinking, then either our system isn't working or we have much less knowledge of who we really are than we first thought we had. So I shall now spend my time doing my best to help Jenny get better, because she will, and fast. She's a tough cookie. And I'm going to go back to my simplest ever dogma, which is I'm going to find a way to be more or less happy for the next 5 minutes. After which I will then attempt the same feat again for the next 5 minutes. And when I've stuck enough of them together to make a whole hour, then I will wiggle my hips pointlessly and jump around for a bit, thinking that I've really been very clever. I think that's it, really. I would love to hear from anyone who's got something rather more intelligent than just Mercury was retrograding Uranus and all them other wonderful things that we come up with. I would like to know how we can be in charge and yet hit by brutal things completely out of the blue on any radar that we have regarding who we are. And it's the stable boy saying goodbye.